to play Bobby Hill and Jeremy Howe or not play Bobby Hill and Jeremy Howe. Hi everyone, it's Captain Magpie's YouTube channel. Welcome back to another video on my channel. In today's video will be previewing our prelim final match against the Brisbane Lions, which I will be at attendance to. If you are attending Captain Magpie's, welcome, like, comment, share. If you're new to the channel, watch this for the first time, like, comment, share and subscribe. Now, there's not a lot of issues for me when you go into this game. This game is pretty much important for both Brisbane and Collingwood. But having said that too, we have played in finals beforehand. Everyone remembers the 2023 grand final that we won by 4 points. People do forget that we played in 3 other finals since then. Played in 2002 grand final, 2003 qualifying final which we won, and the 2003 grand final. On top of that, they've been yelling finals that we've played against each other. So you're kind of expecting, a big, tough game in particular. Now, I want to go through I don't have to worry about the ins and outs just yet, because I'll do Team Talks in a separate video, but just our points fall is 86.8 to 89.6 as well. So yes, they are scoring a little bit more, but offensively, even though we scored about 86 against the Crows, defensively we're a lot better, 70.7 to 78.4. So that is the difference in the way that we play. Average age, is 25 to 24. Average games is 110 to 99. 189 centimetres to 188 as well. Disposals were down 352 to 372. 206 to 32 kicks. Handballs 146 to 140 handballs. 53 to 56 inside 50. 72% disposal efficiency apiece. But the goal efficiency is 23% from 12 goals and 53 inside 50 to 13 goals and 56 inside 50s as well. Free kick count is 19 to 20 as we know. Stoppage averages the 36-39 hit outs, 36-40 in the clearances, 12 apiece in the centre clearances, and stoppage clearances 24 to 28 as well. Contested possessions is 128 to 132, uncontested 215 to 232 as well. 6 to 63 turnovers, and intercept 68 to 65 as well. Now, our best 22 is 4,554. Our predicted 22 is 4,708. Their best 22 is 4,598, and their predicted 22 is 4,466 as well. Marks, 88 marks to 104. 13 to 12 marks inside 50. Contested marks 10 to 8 as well. 65 to 56 tackles, 13 to 12 tackles in the 450. 5 to 4 in the bounces. 1% is 44 to 47 as well. And 69 to 70 interchanges as well. How do we stop Brisbane? And I think there's 2 players that we need to really look at. And one is, unfortunately, Dane Zorko. We need to really watch him. And Harris Andrews is another one as well. Now, what I would do with Harris Andrews is I would have either Mason Cox on him. And pretty much really use him as a second key forward to either mark the ball, and if not mark the ball, bring the ball to ground as well. Don't get outmarked by Harris Andrews. I think that's one thing that we need to really do more often, is that we need to not allow Harris Andrews take intercept marks, as he's very capable of taking a lot of intercept marks in defence. Dane Zorko, we know that he likes to get that kick in the corridor, but he just likes to look. So what we need to do with them two is we need to tag those two as well and put them under a lot of pressure, but also restrict their influences as well. Now, the second part I want to say is, how do we stop Brisbane from going through the corridor? For me, is they're going to have their moments when they will try and go through the corridor and may come off. And I think for me is that we need to put a lot of pressure on Brisbane, but also let's get the players into that corridor kick so they can't hit that. And let's just tighten our defence a little bit more in what we normally do. And pretty much, and it's resulted in the finals on how we defend as well. So we really need to pressure Brisbane into a lot of turnovers and also force them to, because they're capable of having 2 game plans as well. One thing we need to do it is make them play slow instead, long down the line, and try not to, force Brisbane under a lot of pressure as well. If we can do that, it certainly does work in our favour as well. But we know they're capable of going quick when they really need to, and they're very good playing this kick mark style game as well, which Chris Fagan has got them playing as well, and he's got the 2 roles for that. So it should be an interesting game. Pretty much it's our home game. We've had a week off. We're looking freshen up. I think it really suits us to have that week off, and certainly that's going to be a great game to have. And the way that we played as well is a must as well. So there's a lot of finals experience between the 2 teams, but as we know, Collingwood have been there and done that before. There is no Eric Hipwood at all, no Lockie Neal at all as well. Can't rely on the Ashcroft brothers, but one thing that we do know that Collingwood's got depth in the midfield with Jordan Ngoi to go in there. You've got Jack Chris, we've got Josh Stakos that can go in there as well. Perriman is another one that you can fit. And even if you really want, you can put Bo McCrew in the midfield for 10 to 15 minutes a quarter and to give you that burst of speed as well. So it does obviously help out as well, but we need to restrict them to under 100 marks. If we can keep them to 80 marks or less, definitely under 100 marks. So I don't want to see us 90 marks, but I prefer 80 marks or less, which would be probably better in that aspect as well. But if we can restrict them on the marking department as well, that goes a long way for us to really win the game as well. We must win contested possessions and even uncontested as well. And let's just force Brisbane into a lot of mistakes as well. I'll go into my top 5 for this week as well. And number 5 is don't allow Brisbane Lions get a run on at any stage. Now, that is a fact that we can't afford to let Brisbane Lions get a run on at any stage of the game. When we played them, and I know we didn't have a few players playing that particular game, but we got absolutely smacked, right? And where we did get smacked was pretty much, apart from the scoreboard, but they dominate us in every aspect of handballs, disposal efficiency, and goal efficiency as well. And yes, even though we won the hit-outs, but we lost the clearances as well, and we lost the contested possessions and uncontested as well. So we really need to be better in what we do. But also the fact is that we can't allow them to kick 3 or 4 goals in a quarter, in which they did do in the 3rd quarter, where to us, even their 1st quarter is where they got off the chain. So we can't afford them to play that type of game. But also we got to really make sure that we really put them under a lot of pressure as well. So that is one way for me to really look at is what we need to do. And there's certainly a chance that we can get the job done as well. And definitely want to see on how we go with that. So that's probably one way for me that I look at it, thinking, okay, freaking do that. And really kick 3 or 4 goals ourselves and just really match it up really well. Number 4 is don't let Brisbane get back into the game if we get momentum. I think for me we need to stop their momentum as well, but we need to keep 2 or 3 goals in a quarter a little bit, and even if we get more than that in particular, we really need to make sure that we defensively we set up structurally and make sure we force them to kick long to Billy Frampton and Darcy Moores in particular. We have to make sure that we're doing enough in that aspect of the game and make sure they can't get any momentum back at all. If they kick 1 or 2 goals, let's just get the next one. Do not allow them to get further ahead as well. So I'm really looking forward to what we're going to achieve, but now this is a great opportunity for us to really win the game. Number 3 is the battle of the midfield. Now, our midfield is really good. Compared to that we didn't have John going in last time that we met, and I'm pretty sure he was out injured. Charlie Dean played as well. So I think it's great to see that we're not having to rely on anyone else, but we did have a smaller defence, so now it'll be a lot different as well. But I do feel like now that John DeGoey played, we know Bobby Hill was the sub as well. So I think one thing that we'll try and do is get John DeGoey to burst through the midfield as well and really make it difficult in particular. And if we can just do enough around the clearances as well and dominate the clearances and the hit-outs, I think that does go a long way to win the game. We need to really target Darcy Fort, and also in the same way, we really need to target Oscar McInerney as well. So Darcy Cameron and Mason Cox have got their work cut out in that aspect. I think Darcy Cameron will get first crack, and then Mason Cox will go in as well. And that will free up the way that we need to play as well. Number 2 is team selection. Do we play Bobby Hill and Jeremy Howe in the same side? Look, I think we need to. I think that's definitely a matchup as well. Don't forget Jeremy Howe has come back from injury, from concussion it was. So it's not as bad, but you know deep down that he's come back from injury and he's ready to go in particular. And I think with Bobby Hill, I think if you're going to play him, you play him as a sub as in particular. I don't think you don't want anything to do with that as well. But within that aspect of the game, we know that the injury list, we know that Bobby Hill is a lot different, but we know Jeremy Howe did do his groin, so I do apologise. It wasn't concussion, it was his groin, but he's meant to be a test this week, and we'll definitely play as well. I don't think we can play Brody Marchek. I think we're better off playing Dan McSay and just really having Cox, McSay, Membry in that forward line to really test out Brisbane's defence and put them under a lot of pressure as well. And then obviously that would be the best way that we look at it. And then number 1 is game plan and tactics. Now this is going to be a cracking game of football. Collingwood, I think we need to, as I said, look, we target Harris Andrews. We need to stop him from taking intercept marks as well. But we need to lower our eyes when we go forward. Let's just keep doing what we did against the Adelaide Crows. Lower our eyes when we go forward. Less chipping around. At least it gives us a chance to really take those marks when we really need to. Tactically, I would force Brisbane to go out wide on the wings and force them to make mistakes. We know they want to try and come through the corridor, but I think at the stage when we need to cover the corridor so they can't really get into it, and then force Brisbane to kick long down the line in particular, and force that mistake as well so we can get marks and we can will and go. And it's okay to be patient. I think at times we need to be patient so we don't bomb in there and really look for that hit up option, uncontested marks inside 50 as well in particular. Tips, Collingwood by 20 points. I really think that it's going to be an interesting game. Hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to drop a like, also drop a sub as well. Till next time, bye for now, and come the Mighty Pies.